Alright, well, here's what I made. What I'm basically trying to do is attach a backrest and keep my trunk, and you see how much it's had to been offset to the rear to accept the backrest. Now there's the rack, which I got off of the Versys website. So the guy that sold this backrest says, oh well, it only fits a GL 1500, which is true. So this is what I had to make, and I put a pivot in it so that it can just be, I figure we just leave it a little bit on the loose side, and then when she sits on it, it'll rock into the position that she likes. And you can see how this is made. So basically I just went to a fab shop, and it's just going to slide down on there like that, and it's going to have a couple screws and washers to hold it, and then the backrest will be there. Now I made this bracket with the slots this way so that this can adjust and still, so it can slide back that far. And when you slide it forward and back, then the bolts need to slide this way. So get in the far forward position, and hopefully she won't touch that. If she does, I might have to cut that at an angle and get a little bit more clearance there if she ends up touching it in the back. So just have to put it on here. It's a lot more solid and heavier than what I intended. I was just going to put 1-inch strap here and here, and same thing here and here, instead of having it done with a plate like that. But they had a machine to cut it, so they just put the dimensions in, and it's got this little notch in here because I'm putting this on the back, which is a Doskocil waterproof box, which I've been using on the rack, but now, so the box will go back there, something like that, and then she'll actually it'll actually be kind of almost touching, I believe, once it gets on. So I don't know, it's kind of a goofy and it's a little heavy duty, but actually it needed the space here because when you open the top, well, I guess it does sit back. It actually sits about right there. So, and when you open the top, it actually kind of comes back and hits that. So it could have been a little bit tighter if we had come up with some slightly better design there to hold this backing plate and just have a little pivot and not take up quite so much space there. I didn't plan on using these big heavy duty little brackets there, just that's what he had. I was planning on using some little tabs that were going to be smaller and lighter, and that's way overkill, and the whole thing's too heavy. But if it was designed properly, it would allow you to have a nice backrest and mount something on the back and all that kind of thing, which was the intention. At any rate, I got a buddy seat coming, which is a real wide seat. It's probably as wide as the front, and it straps on. They make it for one that fits on bare fenders like for choppers, and then one that straps to the bike and fits over the original seat. So it's just a big seat. It's just going to sit right on top of this one, and yeah, it'll raise her up a little bit. In fact, I'm kind of worried now that maybe this won't be high enough to be in the right position. Maybe it needs to be an inch higher, who knows. So I didn't really make it adjustable. I just kind of mocked it up based on what she said when I originally started working with it. And I could always cut these tubes and put sliders in between and give me 3 or 4 inches of adjustment easily enough, and pick it up higher if I need to. We'll see when we get her on here and get it all mounted. So that's the plan at the moment anyway. But yeah, if it was made out of aluminum and had a proper design, I could probably cut half the weight off of it easily enough. It really needs to be lighter, but had to start with something, so that's what we got. So we're gonna mount that up and do some tests on it and see how she likes it. But you know, that big wide seat really doesn't look so out of place. Well, have another video when I get it mounted and it's all squared away. With the big trunk on there, that big backrest doesn't look quite so goofy. The bracket looks goofy, but we'll see. Yeah, if I don't like it, I'll end up redesigning something later and make it look nicer. All right.